if Jesus came to my house. And in that story, the child Jesus comes to visit a little boy, and they spend the entire day together. It's a nice little story, and it shows the golden rule at every step of the way. And it seems an easy, almost natural thing to do. But really, what would we do if Jesus came to our house? Would we behave a little better? Would I keep my house a little neater? Just in case. Make better dinners? Call my children a little more often? It certainly is something to think about. And in our minds, we know that Jesus is actually coming. It is Advent, after all, and we're making preparations right now. Sometimes, though, we only think of Christmas as a nice story. But really, we should think of it as the Christmas event, because it really happened. Jesus came to us as a real baby, with real earthly parents. He was a real child, and then a real man, and he lived a real life. We've all heard the poem, "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," but here's another version. "'Twas the night before Christmas, and Mary and Joe had traveled all day and had no place to go. The clerk at the inn said, 'I'm sorry, we're booked. There must be someplace you haven't looked.' 'Twas the night before Christmas. No one seemed to care that Joseph and Mary even were there. They found an old stable, and Mary was glad. It seemed the best thing that the innkeeper had. 'Twas the night before Christmas. At Gabriel's command, the choir of heaven departed as planned. We'll make the announcements, and then while they gaze, we'll sing our carols of worship and praise. 'Twas the night before Christmas. The cattle were still. The cry of that baby gave Mary a thrill. The angels delivered their message to men. They seemed so excited, they sang it again. Present. It was Jesus' birth. Wrapped in a blanket and sleeping on hay, God became man on that first Christmas day.' We often hear and see the one-word reminder, believe. But maybe it's not just about believing, it's about knowing. So remember, boys and girls, the Savior of the world is coming down. I want to thank all our angels and shepherds for a spectacular program. Thank you to Elena Lieto for that wonderful rendition of Hark the Herald Angels Sing.
Timothy.
Jingle bellers, and also thank you to the Trompetas for our sound system this morning. Each year, a lot of thought and care goes into this little half hour that we have, and it's a special half hour, and it shows. So I especially want to thank all of our teachers for the tremendous amount of time and energy spent on Mrs. Kenny, Mrs. Ryland, Mrs. Skonieczny, and Mrs. Collins. I want to thank Mrs. Sirard for keeping the office and the little details under control. And I want to thank Father Vincent for all his support. The children are going to now recess back to the church basement. Please give the children a few minutes. They'll get out of their costumes and everything down there. And then if one adult, it gets a little tricky, but it works okay, believe me. If one adult could just go down the stairs one person from each family, go down the stairs. We'll have you meet up with your child in the basement, and then you'll go out the side door to go back out. So the flow will just kind of be a long loop around, and that way we're sure everybody gets their child back. Okay? And have a wonderful and blessed Christmas, and thank you all for coming.
It's over. Officially. You can go down now to mommy.
It was the night before.